Hello.
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 What's going on, y'all? It's your boy AJ Verified.
J Flicks.
Yo, it's Jay on the mic.
You're listening to Clear Sound Podcast. Now, before we get into anything, I just want to say good morning or good afternoon or good evening to anybody that's watching this at this time. We have about, I'd say, 3 segments that we want to touch up on. And let's hop into the fact of the day.
Fun fact, ketchup was once used as a medicine. I'm sorry, sold as a medicine. It says the condiment was prescribed and sold to people suffering with ingestion back in 1834. So yeah, kind of crazy, ain't it?
I'll tell you this one. You said ketchup, right?
Ketchup.
If it was used as a medicine before, I mean,
It
it could still be used
yeah.
as a medicine in this day.
Yeah. Well, not used. It was sold as a medicine. That's what I meant.
But like it actually helped them with those problems. So like if I'm eating a hot dog and I put some ketchup on there, I'm really eating a hot dog with medicine. You know?
I mean, if you think about it, pretty much.
Eating a hot dog with medicine.
I mean, y'all got it. I mean, if y'all feeling sick, eat something with ketchup. Those who put ketchup on their spaghetti, I think that's why I never get sick.
Ketchup on spaghetti?
Some people do that.
Do you?
I mean, I don't really cook spaghetti like that.
I know
but
people
when I
put
do,
sugar on spaghetti.
Yeah, I be
No.
putting sugar on spaghetti.
I've never tried that.
What you mean? What you mean?
How
though?
how is how is it?
It's
1 to
good.
10?
It's good.
That's
What
not.
the
It's like a it depends on how much you put and how the spaghetti is made. You know what I
gotta
mean?
put some
And I would give it listen boy.
You don't.
I'd give it
Dude.
a 9.5. I'm only tell you why I give it a 9.5 because it's not gonna top the original taste. You feel what I'm saying? But it's really good though. You know, I recommend you try it.
So then, since we talking about sugar and spaghetti, I know it's a lot of people that put like more butter in they like. Is it grits? Yeah, in they grits. Do you prefer butter or sugar? I probably
In
know your
grits?
answer, but I probably know both of y'all answer.
You know, actually, as a matter of fact, I hate tasteless foods. Not gonna lie to you. And grits with only butter in it, it's just
Okay,
you know what I
that's
mean.
the answer I was looking for.
Well, my great grandma used to mix the grits with the eggs because it was so many people in the house she had to feed. So,
Well, like put egg yolk in the grits or
You
something.
like Greg's.
the eggs after she cooked the eggs, a whole lot of eggs, and cooked some
Yeah.
grits, she'd mix them together.
He had Greg's, or
Oh, okay. I
or
see.
he had
Scrambled, right?
he had it. Never mind. I was trying to find it.
Yeah,
to replace like you got Greg's and then you got
grits. It's grits.
it's nah, bruh. It's the E like eggs with the it's part. You got it's.
I should open me a restaurant and then name it Greg's Grits and have
Greg's grits.
Grits,
So-
grits.
Your name not Greg.
That do sound like a
No,
fire name, a
because
fire restaurant.
It's
Greg's
grits.
grits.
It's grits
I can hear
mixed
y'all
with
tapping.
eggs.
I can hear
So
This or this.
But pretty much both of them. Well, everybody, though, this is going to be the last episode of the year for 2022. Let's clap it up for that, first of all.
Nobody's clapping.
Let's
Hear that
snap.
on mic.
Let's snap. Let's snap then.
yeah, that'll-
But yeah, this will be the last episode of the year. We'll be back. Would it be January 5th? I believe. No, January 10th. We'll be back January 10th. The episode will be airing. We thank y'all for the feedback. We thank y'all for everything that y'all been doing. We really appreciate the talk back, the comments, the likes, the subscribe, the subscription, everything. And as well as y'all know, we doing the sponsor thing as well. So if y'all looking to promote, if y'all looking to talk about anything that y'all got going on, y'all can hit us up. I think it is clearsoundmedia4@gmail.com. Again, clearsoundmedia4@gmail.com. We really appreciate y'all.
With that being said, I just want to say something to the people that's watching. For some of y'all that's feeling down or feeling overwhelmed with some things that's going on in your life, and I just want to let you know, their problems are not your problems. your problems is your own problems to figure out. Stop worrying about everybody else and get yourself right. That's the quote of the day. I just wanted to get that out the way. Um,
Got to throw one in.
Say that one more
Got to
time.
throw one in there.
What?
Got to throw a quote in.
Oh, yeah.
basically,
I could understand
One
what you were
thing,
saying.
one
man.
thing I will say, advice for the new year coming up. It's okay to focus on your future. Just don't live in it.
Well, since we all giving quotes, I don't know if y'all thought about y'all quote, but I'm finna make my quote.
Yeah,
Just
this was
go
mine.
ahead, but
Just
This
finna
was
say that
mine.
boy on something. Nah,
go
let me
ahead.
see. If I can give advice and help somebody out for the next year, moving forward, is to move forward. That's pretty much what I would tell somebody. Just to move forward. Don't really look back at certain things, certain situations. It's all learning experience. Don't regret nothing. Um, Always keep God first, of course. Move forward in your life. Um, and make sure whatever you're doing, you're also thinking about yourself, but um, not being selfless or not being selfish. I'm sorry, but yeah, I would just say move forward. Don't hold nothing in, any grudges you got towards somebody. Life is short. Live your life. Have fun, but be responsible as well. Because you know when people say have fun, they have fun, but be responsible. But just move forward. That's what I would say. Um,
Definitely.
Let it go.
Definitely.
Let it go.
Let's get into the next thing here. We have the question of the day.
Yes, sir.
And so, the question is, can you give someone a reason to cheat on you? Now, I know it's people who believe that you can't give somebody a valid or logical reason for somebody to cheat on you. Me personally, I think you can give somebody a reason to cheat. And before I explain my reason, I want to hear from either of y'all. What do y'all think?
Well, I believe cheating is a choice. All right, if you are uncomfortable, I don't know. Okay, if you are uncomfortable with the environment you're in or the relationship you're in, try to either fix it or walk away. You can do what you're doing single. You ain't gotta hurt the next person
Okay.
and
I love that.
cheat with somebody. How would you feel if you got a girl and she upset because you ain't got no car, you can't drive her around, and she gonna cheat with another dude with a car and driving her places and
I like that answer. I like that answer.
So the question was, can you give somebody a reason to cheat?
Mm-hmm.
I had an answer for that, and pretty much I came up with I don't think you can actually give somebody a reason to cheat because really at the end of the day, that's something that they did. You are entitled to your own actions. You can't blame it on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're cheating, you're playing with somebody's feelings, like Jermaine said. Um, these are just a whole nother human being that you're playing with somebody's feelings. There's other people involved, and like you said, if you was gonna cheat, then walk away from that relationship, knowing you was gonna cheat in the first place. Um, and everybody's circumstance is different. Some people just don't know, but at the same time, if you're gonna do so, um, prepare for the way that person will react, because I know most people would cheat and they'd be like, "Oh, I cheated. This person mad. My significant other is mad," and now the person that cheated, they'd be like, "What you mad for? What you mad for?" And the thing is, why wouldn't they be mad?
Right.
But you playing with somebody else's feelings, and you entitled to your own actions, so you can't give anybody a reason to cheat.
Okay.
Short
So
take.
I heard both. I heard both of y'all. Right. And you know, I enjoy hearing those perspectives. But I tell you something. The reason why I say you can give somebody a reason to cheat. First of all, every action is followed by reason, no matter what. Every time you say a word out your mouth, it's followed by a reason you said it. Nobody just says nothing for no reason. And so, let's say it like this: you in a relationship, and you've been in a relationship with this person. At the beginning of the relationship, y'all was good. This person showed you attention, affection, love, care, all that in the bag of chips. Gave you everything, and then eventually they just started shifting away from doing that kind of stuff. They less intimate, less interested in doing things with you. Don't really speak to you, give you less attention, and then you do voice your problems to this person, but they just don't listen because they've built this comfortability within a relationship. They feel like, oh yeah, well regardless, we love each other, so ain't nothing gonna happen. And so you keep stressing. Listen, I want some things to change, but you ain't changing, and they ain't really listening to you. So now here's the thing: I don't think it's right, but there are reasons to cheat. It wasn't a deliberate action, most I say. You know what I mean? And when I'm speaking in this, like when I'm speaking like this, I'm more so talking about a specific group of people. Now it is some people who just deliberately cheat. I ain't speaking for them. I'm speaking for the people who would cheat not by like wanting to cheat, but it ends up happening. Like, okay, the enemy is always trying to attack. You know what I mean? And so you in a vulnerable state, somebody comes and now they start comforting you a little bit. But you not realizing though what's going on. You just know this person is comforting you. And the same attention that this person giving you, you was wanting from the person you with, but they not giving that to you. So obviously now you kind of attracted to this attention you getting. And so now temptations follow behind that. Now you talking to this person more. Now you interacting with this person, then eventually cheat, right? And so all of that followed by a reason. This reason came about when the person, your spouse, didn't give you attention. When you voiced your problems, they didn't listen. And all they did was just push you away. That was the reason. So I feel like when it comes to, like, can you give somebody a reason to cheat? I feel like you can give somebody a reason to cheat. That don't mean it's right for them to cheat, because you can walk away. But not always is it easy to walk away from somebody you say that you love. You know what I mean?
I get that. I get it. But I don't think somebody that do that, that's cheating, could use that as, because what it is, it's an excuse. If we was being very, very logical and vivid, it was an excuse. I cheated because you gave me a reason. I cheated because you cheated. I cheated because you untreat me. I cheated because you didn't give me that attention.
Well, an excuse could be a reason.
Yeah, it can be a reason, but what I'm
That's what
saying
it
is you can't give a reason or an excuse to something that you already know is wrong. Just like you said, it's wrong for somebody to cheat and be like, oh, well, you gave me the reason to cheat. So now it's like a
okay.
whole.
So it ain't like them trying to justify it. Like nobody's finna sit there and be like, well, yeah, you gave me that reason, so it makes it okay. Obviously, guilt comes with cheating. They feel that guilt when they cheat. They didn't want to cheat at all. It just ended up happening. Like I said, the enemy is always trying to attack something that's good. You know what I mean? So they're not trying to use it to justify their actions. That's why I say it's not right at all. And they understand it wasn't right. But like I said, everything follows behind reason. You know what I mean? So they're not trying to like use that as an advantage. And of course they might bring it up like, yeah, you wasn't giving me attention, you wasn't listening to me, and this, that, and the third. Of course they will bring that up because that was the main issue. But they not bringing that up to try to excuse them cheating. They bringing that up because that was the reason why it happened. You feel what
Okay,
I'm saying?
so this is what I'll say. What you said is so true. But if we were getting to like a point where we're talking about two very specific people, it really depends on how that person that cheated comes to the person they cheated on. If they came to them and the first thing they said was, well, you gave me the reason to cheat, blah, 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 it's almost like no remorse. But if a female came to me and she cheated and then she was like, well, what I did was wrong. I know it wasn't right. It's something that should have never occurred. I've cheated on you, but I also did have certain reasons towards me doing that action as well. But anybody, I'll just say me. If I cheated on a female and I went up to them and I was like, well, what I did was wrong. I cheated on you. I did play with your feelings. I did this and that. Um, but I need you to understand it wasn't just something I just thought of. Now I wouldn't get into specifics of probably of the reason why because then it turns into an excuse. I will tell
Well,
them though.
you would have to express what the problem was
I can
because
express
then
what the
change will never really come.
I can express what the problem is, but I can't really antagonize and continue to say, "Oh, well, this was the." I can say to them, "Okay, well, I cheated. I did this. It wasn't wrong. It wasn't right, and I did this because I felt like I wasn't getting attention. But as soon as I continue to keep repeating those things more than I was wrong, then it
Yeah.
becomes to an excuse because
Right.
now you're constantly saying, "Oh, I wasn't treated right."
So
Yeah.
so then, oh, go ahead. Sir.
But at that point, y'all can either try to work it out if they come at you correctly, or if not, then y'all depart. Because I mean, temptation is going to occur at some point. Nobody's perfect, so there's something somebody else have that you don't, or it's somebody else that look better, or something like it's gonna be something. It's gonna be at some point in your relationship or even marriage that somebody it has something that your other doesn't have, like, and either it's up to you if you want to take it or not.
Yeah, no, okay. So here's my thing. I want to ask y'all this: if you did cheat, if y'all cheated up in here, what do you? What the first thing you do? Would you go to your spouse and tell them? Would that be the first thing you do?
It depends on that person and how much I adore that person.
Well, let's just say you adore them a lot, care about them, you cheated. What the first thing you do after you cheat, not days later or anything. The first thing you do is tell them and be
Not
honest.
days later.
Not days be honest.
Knowing me, I probably wouldn't tell them the same day. To be honest, it's a working thing with me. So if I cheated, it's like it'll probably like it would eat me up. Probably then I would say something. But at that point, it's not gonna be like, oh, I did the wrong thing. Let me go ahead. I'm finna go tell them. But I'm gonna be thinking in my head, should I go ahead and do this? Is this actually gonna
Right.
be right?
So what about you? What you do?
Um, but now I'm okay. Well, now now I'm older and I'm mature. So if I cheat and I end up falling for temptation, I'm gonna discuss that with her. Either we can work it out or not.
When it happens,
When it happens,
It's the same day type of scenario, right?
Same
when
day,
it happens, even if
maybe.
it was the day after you did it,
maybe,
just you do it fresh after,
maybe
maybe. So I'm gonna tell you something.
it's gonna be around that time. Same
90
day or the next day.
I'm gonna say 95% of the time, most people do not tell their spouse fresh in after they cheat, and it's a reason why they don't do that. Number one,
I already know the reason you finna
it's
say.
already guilt tripping them that they did it, and number two, they feel like it's gonna hurt them, and so it stops them. But don't you understand? That's not an excuse on why you shouldn't have told them,
Right.
but it's a reason you had.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
And if you
So-
think about it, too, like you said, most of the time people probably wouldn't tell them either they don't feel bad and they just feel like they shouldn't tell them, or it's a reason that they don't want to hurt them or they don't want to change how that person view them, or
Or I know what you're gonna say. They got away with it, and
Or they
do
got
it
away with
again.
but see the thing is it's almost like the thing about doing certain stuff that you really try to hide. eh,
It eventually comes to
yeah,
light.
it's gonna come
You know.
because
But that's why I'm saying, out of all of this, right? When you cheat, when you mess up, I feel like everything is followed by a reason. Like if you get into a fight because somebody keeps bothering you, like provoking you, touching you, whatever in your face, yelling at you, and you end up fighting, they picked that fight. They provoked that fight. So they gave you that reason to be upset. You feel what I'm saying? You still made the choice to throw a swing. but they still gave you a reason by provoking you. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, so
Just like if a cop, like, start getting aggressive with somebody because they're resisting, you gave them that reason because it's like, why, comply.
I
So
would
if you're not
say
complying, they gonna get aggressive with you.
I would say every action comes with a reason behind it, but don't take advantage of the reason.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, I don't think
overall about everything.
Yeah, I don't think you should make it an excuse, I would say. So it's never right. It's never right. I'm going to say that. I'll make sure that that's clear. It's never right.
And
But-
and that shows how strong you are. If not if you don't easily fall into temptation, you're a strong person, or don't at all. But
I would say this.
it's
I'm sorry to cut you off. I also want to let the people that do fall into temptation know that you're not weak if you fall into temptation as well, because we're all human and we all make mistakes. So just to add on to what you were saying, making sure.
Oh yeah, and also everybody becomes vulnerable at some point. So if you do, you're not alone.
All right. Did y'all have, because I had another question, but if y'all had something y'all wanted to talk about.
Oh, you can go ahead with that other question.
All right.
Listen, Aaron been coming up with these good questions, man.
Yeah.
The last episode. Tell us what y'all think about the question of the day from the last episode. Which question was that again?
I forgot.
Yeah, whatever question it was, make sure y'all go watch it. Maybe y'all remember. All right. So
So this next question is, would you be a stay-at-home husband if your wife made $500,000 a year?
I'll go first. No,
You would?
no, I
Elaborate.
couldn't.
Elaborate.
Me personally, I couldn't. I couldn't stay at home. I couldn't. I have to. It's something about me that makes me feel good about going out and making that money and bringing it home. She can make her money. She can make her money and bring it home. You said 500,000.
Yeah.
Well, I'm making $1 million.
a-
I'm bringing back $1 million or six.
So is it about doing
600,000?
better? Doing better?
It's not.
No,
it's not
no.
even about that.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking because I'm curious. Is
It's
it?
not even just. It's not even about that. It's just me. I like to lead.
Okay.
So
rather leave 'em.
my answer to that. The question was, I'm just making sure. The question was, would I be a stay-at-home dad if my wife
Or
my
husband?
girl, okay.
dad, husband, whichever one
Okay.
you want to pick.
So this means you said I would be a stay-at-home dad, which means I have children with this wife. Okay.
Husband.
Okay.
But
In my
I'm
case,
just saying, yeah. If
Oh,
with
okay.
this
I
you,
wife.
if you
got
want to
confused.
pick, if you want to do the dad thing, you go. I'm just saying, like the question is.
but
would you
I
be a
know I'm
stay-at-home
just getting real specific with the question because
Okay.
that type of scenario depends
Yeah,
on,
most of
like
the
if it
time
was
you
a
got-
girlfriend, it changes.
husband? Yeah.
So
okay.
if this is my wife and I have children with this woman,
Mm-hmm.
then would I be okay with her bringing 500,000 every what?
Every year.
Every year. Okay. My question to that is I would be okay with that. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna just sit around and sit on the couch.
Well, yeah, you cleaning up and stuff.
No, okay. I'm gonna be cleaning up, but I'm gonna still
No, I'm saying like you. Okay, now this not me being.
You're not
No.
finna say a long thing, is you? Cause I ain't
No,
done, boy.
no, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. You most of the like what you at home doing is the house duties.
Okay, the house.
Watching the kids,
Stay at
cleaning
home.
up. Yeah, the stay at
Okay.
home. So it's like
So, in that case, I would be, while she's running up the bag, I'm be running up the bag too, but at home. I can stay at home and make some money too.
So what you
Now,
gonna do?
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue my little business. I'm going to probably
Your business,
do
not little
YouTube.
business.
Okay, I'm gonna handle what I gotta handle, because I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna get real. I'm gonna be real specific with me. The type of person I am is I have to go do something. I
Yeah.
can't stay in the house all day. But if that was to happen, then I would be doing something at home. And when I say something, I don't mean watching a video. I don't mean washing no dishes. I don't mean doing the laundry. Those are things that I will do. I will have more time to do, but I will also be allowing myself to also provide for my wife and my children as well, even though she can do the same thing. Because the thing about a relationship and a wife and a husband is the wife, and people forget this a lot too, the wife could be a go-getter as well. Not just the husband. The husband role is to provide. We all know this, but also that doesn't mean that a woman can't do the same thing. And a woman, if she's in that position, and she can do so.
Right.
But I guess I got another question, but I won't ask it yet. But you can go ahead.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna just give y'all the most realistic answer. I tell you, I wouldn't be able to sit in the house. I wouldn't have no problem with doing it. So I'm gonna say it like this: she's bringing 500,000 a year.
What's she doing?
That's the thing. Whatever job she has, and she's bringing 500,000 a year, she has to be either like a manager. I'm not a manager, but like a CEO or something, or under that, right
She
up
can
under
stay at
that.
home.
And so, if she's making that much money, whatever she's doing, I'm gonna work with her. You know what I'm saying? Because why would I try to go find another job? She already bringing that type of money in. I can just go work with her. Bring probably like I say, small portion of that, but I would still be with her because type of person I am. I don't even like my girlfriend working too hard. I'm mostly want her to be able to chill, and so if I know she's bringing 500,000, I know she ain't doing no easy work, and that wouldn't sit right with me personally, and so I would want to go work with her,
You
just
wanna
to
help
give
her.
her, give her a little bit of support, just knowing like that I'm there, So I wouldn't have no problem though. I'll be real like if I start don't liking people at the job, I quit. Like I'll be real.
You
quick
know what it
and
is,
stuff like
man.
that.
I think. Okay, I would support. Man, that was a lot of air. I was, I would support. I would support my wife in doing that, but I don't know about working with her. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a personal preference and it's a personal opinion. But the thing is, I'm gonna give y'all some relationship advice for everybody that's watching too. I think the younger people, some younger people, um, has got real toxic and clingy about where their female is going. I don't know what it is. It's okay, but at the same time, you can't be up under this person 24/7. Because if you up under this person 24/7, first of all, you got to give a chance for your significant other to breathe. Because it's not about what you're doing with each other. It's about that time away from each other. Because when you're away from your significant other, y'all give each other time to miss each other. But if you don't miss each other, then you won't. It won't just. It's supposed to feel like a reunion every time. So if you up under your significant other, 24/7, it just won't feel like that. Then you'll get bored. Then you'll get tired. Then you will have a reason to cheat because now you're up under this person. And you too.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like how you
know,
brought that back there.
See,
That was
I've told people this so many times they didn't listen. It's like I tell them like, okay, people will fall in love with each other. If y'all clingy on the phone like 24 hours a day, literally, and
I've
just
been there.
like only like just give only their time to each other, and that can be dangerous if you give every single thing to one person. Because if something happens where y'all depart, now you ain't got family, you ain't got friends because you gave everything, including time, just to that person.
All right, let me say this. Number one, we already got our answers on the 500,000 a year thing. So right now we have jumped into a different topic. I just
Oh,
want to
yeah.
make that clear.
Oh,
But
yeah, no, I ain't doing that.
something I have to say about that is, let me make sure I sit up. I don't personally think that it's always bad. I think you shouldn't be up under your spouse 24/7 and always under their arm. Yeah, because eventually you will get tired. Everybody needs time to themselves, of course. But from a person with experience, my girlfriend is my best friend. You know what I mean?
That's how it's supposed to be.
And so, I she's almost like my main, not even almost, she's my main friend. You know, before I go to anybody else about planning stuff to do, I go to her. Before I go to sleep, I'm talking to her. I'm on the game with her. I'm going to the movies, to the mall. We talking about shopping. It don't really matter what we talking about. It's just sometimes, even if, you know, from that time we are away from each other, I'm gonna say it like this, because it's like a reverse effect a little bit. When you are with each other so much, the minute you are apart, you miss each other a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you can be apart, and then you can miss each other, and then you want to be
It's
together.
about the reunion.
Yeah, but like, we spend so much time together. The second we away from each other, we be like, oh, what you doing? Da 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 da. And some people are like, oh yeah, that's bad, but it still gives that spark a little bit, because it's like we got so much love and care for each other, and you know, it just makes everything feel young and alive and whatnot. Go ahead.
I want to say this too. Y'all can also feel free to answer some of these questions that we're talking about. Some of these topics is really all opinions, of course. If we didn't mention this before, I'm not sure if we did, but this podcast is all commentary. So y'all know, y'all can feel free. Whoa, that was backwards. Yeah, but y'all can feel free to go ahead and comment on some of the topics that we're talking about. It's really important to express your opinion as well. This is a space where everybody can speak. You don't have to be on the show to talk. You can also be in the comments. You can also do whatever you do. You can also have your opinion, because you're entitled to it. So yeah, this was a good episode this was a
Yeah.
good last episode
Really good episode.
Yeah.
Jermaine, you had something before?
for 2022. By the way,
You had something. You look like you was finna say something. Okay.
I got a question, but we're gonna leave that for the next episode.
yeah, make sure y'all
It's gonna-
tune in
this-
for that
this gonna
question.
get-
Yeah.
This is gonna get good, 'cause I've been having something on my mind lately. Yeah. Tune in.
So I enjoyed talking with y'all, and I enjoyed talking to the listeners.
pleasure every
This
time.
was a really nice episode. Tune in next time. Like I said, I'm your host for today, AJ Verified.
J Flicks.
Yo, it's Jay on the mic. If you look promoting, go ahead. Don't
Yeah.
forget
Yeah.
Clear Sound Media 4.
Make sure if you got anything you want to promote or sponsor, you hit us up at clearsoundmedia4@gmail.com.
Yep.
And we out.
Hello.